show. Turn it up loud, let the whole world know. Straight out of Rustin, reppin' on the flow. Dallas Cowboys on my chest, let the star glow. Bugs got the podcast, speakers on blast. Talking about the game, every moment gon' last. Snaps in the back, bass hitting low. Crowd in the stands, watch the energy grow. Cowboys Nation, ride or die crew. If you doubt the star, we coming for you. Told you so. Yeah, I told you so. When them Cowboys win, everybody know. I told you so. I told you so. From Rustin to Dallas, let the fire blow.
My. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Cowboys ain't in the playoffs. As you can tell, we at home on the couch. You know, there's a lot of other teams out there on the couch, but we know America's team to be at home throughout the playoffs is despicable. It's trash. It's unacceptable. It's beneath the standard. It's where we are today, at home, on the couch. Well, we had great news coming out of Frisco, Texas today. News that we should have heard possibly 3 months ago. The news of Matthew Eberflus is no longer associated with the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, he got fired on his day off. But we've been wanting this to happen, Jerry. You waited until we out the playoffs to fire Matthew Eberflus. No commercial. But the thing about it is, Eberflus is gone. After the season. Yet, I don't understand the move late in the season. Yes, Cowboy Nation is applauding that move. But the thing about it is, you waited so late, Jerry, to make the needed additions to the Cowboys. And yet alone you made a late move to remove the defensive coordinator that you hired after one season. Well, he deserved to go. Eberflus is truly the reason why the Dallas Cowboys are at home throughout the NFL playoffs. I don't know what other games you guys are watching. You want to blame Dakota Prescott for this. You want to blame Dakota Prescott for that. But the thing about it is, Dak did a great job. And the person that we expurgated today in a very late manner, Rodney, was the person that caused the Cowboys to be, like I am, at home on the couch. But great news. I'm going to go ahead and go back to that. He's been dismissed, fired, terminated, canned, no longer with the program. About time Jerry made Cowboy Nation happy. But the thing about it, excuse me, I read some posts where people said, take Schottenheimer with him. Do you understand what Schottenheimer produced this season on the offensive side of the ball? Not only the number one yardage leader in Dakota Prescott, but a top 10 running back that had over 1,000 yards. Not one, but two wide receivers over 1,000 yards. So why should we get rid of Schottenheimer again? What is your reasons of not liking Shotty? Give Shotty his credit. Shotty had to battle against a defensive coach that didn't get the defense off the field. yet alone being the number one defensive scored on team in the NFL, over 30 points per game. We had to suffer through that. And you wanted Schottenheimer to score 35 a game with that? You better put some respect on Dakota Prescott's name. Dak did his job. Schottenheimer did his job. The offense did the best that they could do with a lackluster defense. That's why we sitting at home on the couch. But the good thing about it, the pages are about to turn. Eberflus is no longer with us. We have to build on something and go forward. But you have to put some respect on my quarterback's name, Rodney. They don't want to give my quarterback the respect that he deserves. Why? Look at Lamar Jackson. Where's he at? But they always said Lamar was above Dak. Look at Joe Burrow. They said Joe Burrow was above Dak. Well, look what Joe Burrow is. Some even say Tua out of Miami was even better than Dak. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, where is Tua? They even said the quarterback Jaden Daniels was going to perform to what Washington was going to better themselves than the Cowboys. And where's Jaden Daniels? At home on the couch. Put some respect on Rain Dakota Prescott's name. Guys, we fought so hard to get a solid quarterback. You remember going through the Quincy Carter, going through the Drew Bledsoes, going through guys that were under the par level, so they were subpar. We finally got a quarterback, and you guys want to throw stones at it. Why, I have no idea. But first and foremost, put some respect on Dakota Prescott's name. And I have to congratulate or tell the offensive line, you did a great job. Yeah, there were some kinks in our offensive line. We had to fight through injury after injury. We lost our center, Beebe. We lost our starting right guard, Booker, the rookie. We even lost our left guard, Tyler Smith, for a game. Dak played in front of a makeshift offensive line, and he still put up close to 5,000 passing yards. No Dallas Cowboy quarterback has ever led the league in passing yardage. But Ray Dakota Prescott did. Put some respect on my quarterback's name. The offensive line, yeah, we have to make moves. We have to find out, is Terrence still going to be here with us, or do we need to move on from him? Should we move Tyler Guyton over to his natural right tackle position? Yeah, you guys don't do your research. Tyler Guyton is a natural right tackle, not left tackle. So in other words, he's been playing out of position. But due to the offensive line depth that we produced this year, it was kind of hard to miss it. Yeah, they did a good job. They also produced a 1,000-yard runner, protected the quarterback that threw for over 4,500 yards to have 2,000-yard receivers. Not yet to mention, I think Ferguson did lead all tight ends in the NFL in touchdowns. I may be wrong, Darius. I may be right. But I think I'm pretty much right 9 times out of 10. And who are we keeping, guys? Nobody's mentioned the number one factor who the Cowboys have to keep this season. No, it's not Javonte Williams. Unfortunately, it's not even George Pickens. It happens to be a guy by the name of Brandon Aubrey, kicker out of Plano, Texas. Yeah, Aubrey needs to get signed. Aubrey kept us in more games than you think you want to give him credit for. Think about the Packers game. Think about the Philly game at Dallas. Think about the Kansas City game. Think about how many times Brandon Aubrey put points up on the scoreboard because the Dallas Cowboy offense couldn't muster anything. So first and foremost, who we are keeping, make Brandon Aubrey your first primary product to sign. After that, of course, Dak, you got to maneuver something on your contract. Sedarian, you need to maneuver some numbers on your contract. We have to get George Pickens back in a Cowboy uniform. They may franchise him just to put him to the side for a moment, but we have nobody else to work on other than Brandon Aubrey. Yes, I definitely want Javonte Williams to come back because Javonte did something that we haven't seen since Zeke Elliott's second year in the league. Yeah, second year. We saw a positive running back getting positive yardage, getting over 1,000 yards. He hit his incentive bonuses. Jerry paid him, unlike Rico Dowdle last year, remember? Now, the thing about it is, we also got a little taste of Blue and Marfa last week. Imagine, we're getting rid of Sanders. We're getting rid of Tolbert. Possibly Mingo, he may hang around. Because Mingo plays special teams. In order to make the Cowboys team beyond the starter or second team, you have to be able to produce on special teams. Yes, we definitely got better in the red zone because it was less of us getting mad because we're selling for field goals. We were more aggressive, which got us in the end zone. But just think about this. Dak did that with a makeshift line in the heart of our football season. That's why you guys need to put some respect on Rain Dakota Prescott's name. Now we got guys that are getting in the fold. We got a taste of Blue. We got a taste of Phil Maffa. Maffa was hurt. Blue wasn't understanding the speed of the NFL game, protecting the ball going forward. That's why he was inactive, a healthy scratch, inactive so many weeks throughout the season. Hopefully he gets that taken care of over the offseason. Hopefully we can put it all together where we could have a running game built off Javonte Williams, coming through with Jaden Blue, and finish it off with Phil Maffa. But first and foremost, you got to give my quarterback his due respect. Eberflus is gone. Schottenheimer needs his credit. And Dak, he needs his respect. I'll be back after this commercial and shout out to my sponsors because we need to talk about the defensive side of the ball, who we're keeping, who did the best, and who we need to draft. How about that? I'll talk to you guys in about another minute, hopefully about another 45 seconds after that. Talk to you soon.
Your dream home awaits. You've been dreaming of living in a desirable neighborhood with top-tier amenities such as playgrounds, dog parks, community centers, and state-of-the-art swimming pools, friendly neighbors, and so much more. Your first step is to contact me, a top-rated independent mortgage broker. Experienced guidance, quick, easy closings, and an average savings of $10,000 when you work with an independent mortgage broker. So what are you waiting on? It's time to own your dream. Contact me, Jeremy Brooks, at 318-394-1406.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, even children, athletes, got any type of migraine, back spasm, sciatica pain? Can't sleep at night. When you wake up, you're still bothered by the same pain that you couldn't sleep with. Give Jaden Ferguson a call there at Alpha Performance and Wellness. Jay not only travels from state to state, county to county, and parish to parish. He's a mobile chiropractor All you got to do is give him a call and tell Mr. Ferguson that Derrick sent you. You want to get some custom-made clothing, probably a money bouquet, possibly a family reunion, group t-shirts. Hey, the New Year's approaching, Valentine's Day t-shirts for you and your boo. Hey, call Custom Pleasures today. Shell Williams is there to perform any orders you type that you need, any type of quantity. She's definitely going to give you the top-notch quality. Now, if you need something done in a hurry, she may have an extra charge on, in to try to do something what they call, late on your mind, last minute orders. There's going to be an extra fee. But if you need something done in a due time, custom made, give Shell Williams a call at Custom Pleasure today and tell Shell that Derrick sent you. Upgrade your security today, not tomorrow. Traveling from Vegas to Miami, possibly from Chicago to New Orleans, even from Dallas to Houston. Give Dedrick Cheney a call today and upgrade your security and tell Dedrick that Derrick sent you. Okay, here's the question. There's sort of right in the midst of those that are watching, tuning in all across the nation, all across the world. Who was the Dallas Cowboys defensive MVP this year? Good question, huh? A man that had no training camp. He played in no preseason games. He stepped out of free agency, signed with the Cowboys, and produced numbers that got him incentive-based payments. Speaking on none other than Mr. Jadeveon Clowney. You're right? Trev, Jadeveon didn't have an offseason. He didn't have a preseason. And still, as I told y'all when we signed Clowney, just give me what you got. I'm not looking for the rookie Jadeveon Clowney, but the time that you're on the field, be productive. And if you look at Jadeveon Clowney's numbers, without a preseason, without a training camp, look at the numbers he produced. Jadeveon Clowney needs to be re-signed right after Brandon Aubrey. In order, Brandon Aubrey, George Pickens Jr., Javonte Williams, and Jadeveon Clowney. Those four need to be signed immediately. Not immediately, immediately. It's an urgency to keep those guys on our team. You're definitely right, Trev. They balled out of control. They balled above expectations. I remember posting Jadeveon Clowney coming to the Cowboys. The Philadelphia Eagle told me, oh, he's washed up. Huh? Y'all remember that? Go back. They haven't taken down my post on Facebook. Go back and check my receipts. They told me Jadeveon Clowney was washed up. Jadeveon Clowney put on a season that most defensive starters didn't even have the whole season, that had a preseason, that had a training camp, that played in the preseason, that played games ahead of Jadeveon Clowney, and he still came through and produced. Definitely. I need Jadeveon Clowney back. Kiko, he balled out. I need James Houston back. I need Leofau to take more snaps at linebacker, get Kenneth Murray out of there. Logan Wilson, sorry for you, get him out of there. I'm just telling the truth. The truth is something that people don't want to hear. I'm happy Trayvon Diggs gone. Y'all trying to look at Trayvon, what he did this past weekend against the Vikings. Did Jefferson play? Did Addison play? We have to get our personnel adjustments made, not only on the field, but in the coaching booth. A lot of people kept saying, oh, we don't have the personnel to play. That's not true, guys. Our team went through a whole defensive transformation to where we were actually playing zone defense 65% of the time. Zone defense does not work. And if anybody know who's the best defensive zone team in the NFL, would you say? They call it the Tampa 2. None better to orchestrate it than the head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm just giving you facts. What do you think Tampa Bay won the damn Super Bowl with when they won it? Tampa 2. That's a zone defense. Even if you still believed in the zone defense, that's what got our personnel whooped on the field. I'm okay with Caleb Carson out there at cornerback, number 21. I'm okay with Rebels, the other rookie at cornerback from East Carolina. I'm okay with that. Well, who else I need to replace, Raymond? I need to replace Donovan Wilson. Gotta go. Logan Wilson. Gotta go. Kenneth Murray. Gotta go. You got to go. You ain't got to stay here, or you ain't got to go home, but you need to get the hell up out of here. Yeah, we can talk about Caleb Downs. I'm getting to that. Hold on, just your horses. We need to talk about who we got to get rid of for people like Caleb Downs to come in. We got to clean house in places on defense, not cornerback. That's what I'm saying. Just hold on. I'm finna bring Caleb in. We have to come up with a trade because we have to move up. It's other teams that are shooting for the Caleb Downs pick. We have to put Osi on the trading block. We're going to have to package a first-round pick and a third-round pick, possibly, to move up to draft for Caleb Downs. That's what I've been wanting y'all to do your research on, knowing where we fall in the draft, who falls ahead of us. Keep in mind, the Saints need a safety. I just threw you something, Rodney. It ain't funny no more because I had to think about that myself. Now, Caleb Downs, the Saints need a safety. No, y'all want to keep hollering Caleb Downs? Now, think about the maneuvers that we have to make in order to obtain a Caleb Downs. We got to jump the Eagles. Not the Eagles, but we have to jump the Saints. We got to jump the Cleveland Browns. They don't need a quarterback. That's why I need y'all to think about it. That's why I bring this podcast to light, to give y'all ways to think about what y'all not thinking. We have to figure out how to trade up ahead of the Saints. We got to figure out a way to trade up ahead of the Cleveland Browns in order to draft a Caleb Downs. Cleveland don't need a quarterback. They don't need a running back. They don't need a wideout. If they did, there's not a wideout that's going to be rated to come out of the top 5 picks. That's what I'm getting to you. The Saints need a safety. They lost the Honey Badger, and you saw what happened to them this year. Ain't that right, Roger Caesar? Not having a safety cost the Saints a lot of games. They got their eye on Caleb Downs, too. That's what Jerry got to put his chess pieces together that he, quote unquote, was playing in order to get the Caleb Downs. We have to move up. All the assets that we gained, we got to move up. And speaking of the draft, Rodney, let's go with it. Yes, we do need a Caleb Downs. Safety is the first position that we need to attack. We got 2 first-round draft picks. We don't have to give up the first-round draft pick of this year. We can give up the one next year. I'm just saying, for a team that's building their future, they may take that pick and move up for next year. And we got to draft a linebacker. If the linebacker from Ohio State is still available, we just may camp out of Ohio State to make our first 2 draft picks. We heard that linebacker. Leofow can't do it by himself. Overshawn coming back, he's going to be better next year, but he ain't going to be able to do it by himself. We're weak at linebackers. Notice I only call out those 2 linebackers. What else do we got at linebacker, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages? We have nothing else. So linebacker depth is something we definitely going to have to focus in on. And then we have to draft a defensive end. Guys, Marshawn Kneeland, may he rest in peace, was a valuable part of the Cowboys' defensive line. We were yet to replace him. Clowney got to go. No offense, Clowney, but we kind of overpaid you. We should have been paying Clowney what we were paying Fowler. Now, Caleb would fix a lot of our problems, Rodney. Follow me. We don't want to talk about Caleb no more because there's a lot of maneuvers we need to figure out how we're going to get up to obtain him. Yes, he would. But I'm moving to our draft picks to what else we got to get, which is a cornerback after the defensive end. I miss Marshawn Kneeland. Another cornerback because depth. Trayvon Diggs gone. We need depth. I know I'm going to go back to the Caleb Downs. I'm going to hammer on you on that one because y'all want to talk about it. I don't want to put the carriage before the horse. You guys remember thinking about the offensive lineman that the New Orleans Saints took last year, Mr. Banks, out of Texas? Banks was who the Cowboys was going to replace Terrence Steele with. Booker fell in our hands. Notice we still need a tackle. I'm going to bring it back to y'all. The Saints stole our offensive tackle last year, Banks, out of Texas. That's why we can't think ahead like that, right? We got to put it all in order. I want Caleb Downs real bad. Caleb Downs remind me of a Darren Woodson. But we got to maneuver to get ahead of the Saints. Maneuver to get ahead of the Browns. Now keep in mind, they all can maneuver to get ahead of other teams to be able to draft Caleb. But we have to fall back on option number 2, just in case. There's another safety out of South Carolina who's a baller. You ain't heard about it because everybody's talking about Caleb Downs. I'm just throwing something on the wall. It will stick because I've already done my research. The Cowboys need to draft again in this order: safety, linebacker, defensive end, not a rush in. Y'all, we got to rush in. That's what Ezraku is. If we get the right defensive coordinator, which I know I put on Facebook today, could we get a Brian Flores? Flores is going to be up for a head coaching job. Raheem Morris is going to be up for another head coaching job. Leonard is going to be up for a head coaching job. Give you all the guys' names that they dropped in today. Then nobody talked about Al Harris the way they're supposed to have talked about Al Harris. Why not promote Al Harris to assistant head coach, defensive coordinator? Now, all those pieces I just named that we were missing, that we got acquired off in the draft, that'll be perfect. Perfect. Perfect for Al Harris to work right in and take over as the Cowboys defensive coordinator. Yeah, we want Brian Flores. It's not enough money to keep Brian Flores out of a head coaching position. You have to think about it because I'm going to talk about it in the next segment, guys. We're going to go right back to commercial break right here, I'm going to talk back with you. We're going to talk about the head coaching vacancies and why people are going there and why people are not. And we're going to wrap this on up. Be back with you in about another minute and 45 seconds. Talk to you soon.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Brooks, your mortgage broker. Whether you're looking to buy your first home, upgrade, or refinance, I make the process simple, fast, and stress-free. I have several lenders that I partner with. And what does that mean for you? Low rates, fast closings, and most importantly, someone who picks up the phone. I will be with you from pre-approval to closing. So contact me today. I'll be more than happy to help you get in your home. Number is 318-394-1406. Oh, and then I failed to mention, my average close time is 12 days. That's right, 12 days. You can be in your home in less than 2 weeks. Give me a call today.
Ladies and gentlemen, Alpha Performance and Wellness. It's a chiropractor by the name of Jalen Ferguson. Not only do we travel state to state, county to county, parish to parish, he's one of the top-notch chiropractors in the Metroplex. Need your body realigned? Need the migraines to stop coming? You just want to rest at night, get you some sleep, and wake up fresh in the morning? Give Jalen a call at Alpha Performance and Wellness, and make sure you tell Jalen that Derrick sent you. Need a money bouquet? Need custom clothing? Reunions coming up? Holidays coming up? The new year is here. Give Custom Pleasures a call today to let them customize your gear: t-shirts, sweaters, pants, sweatshirts, even jackets. She's now in the business of even doing jerseys for different sports teams here in the Metroplex. Give Shell Williams a call there at Custom Pleasures today and tell Shell that Derrick sent you. Upgrade your security detail by calling Derrick Cheney today. From Houston to Dallas, Chicago to New Orleans, Miami to Vegas, let Derrick Cheney be the person that can definitely secure you. Not only is Derrick dedicated to his job, professional, on time, and diligent, Derrick Cheney is there to provide the best service to take care of you and also secure you because you're his main objective. Now we're going to talk about the coaching vacancies as I left off a while ago. And we're just going to speak the truth of the NFL news. New Orleans Saints, you're not in this conversation. You found your quarterback. I'm going to tell you. The Saints have found their quarterback in Tyler Shaw. Yeah, we doubted Shaw early in the season, but he produced numbers to get the Saints victories and give a little hope to the Who Dat Nation. Now, Cleveland, you're in a quandary. You got 2 first-round draft picks. You fired your coach. You still got Shador. And you guys think that Shador going to start next year? No way, Jose. Deshaun Watson, that $230 million man, is still on the team. And they will not sit $230 million down because he is yet to perform any type of service for the Cleveland Browns. So therefore, Shador is back on the bench. Cleveland's not in the quarterback quandary. They are, but they're not going to draft a quarterback the first round. Another team you should be looking at, guys, the Atlanta Falcons. They fired Raheem Morris. They had a failed first-round draft pick in Michael Penix. You cannot agree with me, but the numbers show and the fans show. Now, Atlanta's looking for not only a starting quarterback, but also a head coach. So you take a look at the Denver Vance Johnson. Is that his name? I may be wrong. But the Denver Broncos defensive coordinator may be the most sought after assistant to be a head coach. Bam! I just threw y'all and hit y'all with a damn dart. The defensive coordinator for the Broncos will be the #1 head coach on the market. I mean, the #1 assistant coach on the market to get a head coaching job. The Tennessee Titans. Tennessee got the #1 pick last year. Yes, they do have a #1 pick this year early in the draft. A coach they're looking for as well. So you see all the problems that other NFL teams are having that everybody don't even pay attention to because you're so focused on the star. I'm not through. The people of the Las Vegas Raiders. You fired your coach, Pete Carroll. Too old. I think Vance Johnson is going to go to Vegas because not only he will be the new coach, he get to pick his new quarterback. So that's going to be the most sought after job in the NFL. And Vance Johnson is going to be the most sought after assistant coach to become a head coach. Move right along. Arizona Cardinals fired their coach. Don't have a quarterback to say that he's going to be #1. You see how all these I'm bringing to y'all facts? I said facts. When people are so focused on the Cowboys, you forget about other things in the NFL. That's what this podcast is bringing to light. Okay? We're going to go on from Arizona. We're going to say, huh? Baltimore? Yeah. They let go of Harbaugh today. Yeah, it's an intriguing job, but who can coach Lamar Jackson? That's the question. Then let's go on over to the New York Giants. They're looking for a head coach. They also got a first-round draft pick. Right now, I'm giving you more people right now that has first-round draft picks that are capable of taking Caleb Downs away from us. You know, and it's just facts that I'm giving you. And the thing about it is, we're going to have to be very aggressive in maneuvering the draft picks to get up in the draft to draft the Caleb Downs. I want him. I want him. I want Caleb Downs. So don't think I was ignoring to try to play that to the side. I just had to give you an insight on how it's going to be so hard. Again, the Cleveland Browns don't need a quarterback. The Saints don't need a quarterback. Two teams right there, they need a safety. Unfortunately, Caleb Downs is there, and the Saints are ahead of us in the draft, so we have to maneuver smartly this time, Jerry. Ways to move up in the draft, preferably to take the #4 pick from the Cleveland Browns to obtain Caleb Downs. But guys, you have to clap, give a round of applause to all the teams that made the playoffs. Roger, Mr. Wallace, I got y'all pin the room here on the couch. Yeah, we ain't in the playoffs. You got to give shouts out to the 49ers. You got to give shouts out to the Seahawks. You got to give shouts out to the Rams. You got to give shouts out to the Broncos. Shouts out to the Philadelphia Eagles. You got to give them their credit. You got to give shouts out to even the Pittsburgh Steelers. Give shouts out to Baltimore. Give shouts out to New England. Why? Give shouts out to the Chicago Bears. Why? Give shouts out to the Green Bay Packers. Why? Give shouts out to the Detroit Pistons. Why? Because they ain't in the playoffs. And we got our ass sitting at home on the couch. We can't be no haters, Cowboy Nation. We got to applaud those that did make it. And keep in mind, that's where we want to be next year, in the playoffs. Do you understand what I'm saying? And the scariest team right now in the playoffs, I bet you $5, $20, $25, you can't tell me. Who is the scariest team in the NFL playoff hunt right now? In the championship race, pardon me, not playoff hunt. Who is the scariest team in the NFL playoffs right now? I give credit time. He just got here. Rodney, who is the scariest team in the NFL right now in the playoffs? And I'm going to tell you why. But I'm going to give you a couple of minutes. Think about it. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Boop, 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 boop. Who the scariest team in the NFL, ladies and gentlemen, right now in the playoffs? Yeah? Don't wait on me to tell you. I want y'all to give me a hint. Nope. Nope. Seattle is not the scariest. The Rams are not the scariest. Nope, nope. The scariest team in the NFL, nope. No, Mr. Murphy, is not the Eagles, not the Jaguars, brother. Good choices, but I'm going to tell y'all why. The scariest team in the NFL playoffs is the San Francisco 49ers. Why? They've been playing with injuries all season, and these mother fathers are still in the playoffs. Their quarterback went down. Their running back went down. Their defensive end, Bosa, gone. Their linebacker went down. Their tight end went down. Their cornerbacks went down. Their safeties went down. Next man up is what they played all year. The San Francisco 49ers are the scariest team in the NFL playoffs. I know you didn't, Craig, and that's your team. Mr. Murphy, I can't say they're trash because trash is at home on the couch. Us, the Cowboys. I keep it real. You may want to say that, Wayman. I know you got that thought. But the scariest team in the NFL is the San Francisco 49ers. I'm a Cowboy fan. Do y'all guys know how much it took me to say the truth? It's the 49ers. They played without Brock Purdy, with Mac Jones. They still won. They played without Kittles. They still won. They played without Ayuk the whole season. They still won. They traded away their backup running back to Minnesota. They still won. Do y'all guys get what I'm saying? They played without Trent Williams, who, and I'm going to say the San Francisco 49ers have the oldest offensive line in the NFL. And they still won. Pay attention. The San Francisco 49ers, guys, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, are the scariest team in the NFL. Why? Because they are able to play with the backups and still win. You can check the facts. That's all I spit. I said it, and I meant it. Now, give those teams credit once again that made the playoffs. Because Cowboy Nation, we didn't. We didn't do our job. And the brightest thing about today is the weight was lifted off. Eberflus is gone. Now it's time to work another defensive coordinator in. We can even work Raheem Morris in if he doesn't want to take a head coach job. I would love to get Brian Flores in if he doesn't want to take a head coaching job. I would definitely love to have Aaron Harris in. We need to win. And I don't think Eberflus had that in his mind. He was thinking that he could escape having a Michael Parsons. Well, Jerry screwed you. We traded Parsons. And you couldn't make adjustments. But hey, that's neither here nor there because he's out of here. Moving on to my 3 picks of the weekend. To wrap this on up. First pick, Take the Chicago Bears in the plus 1.5. Take the New England Patriots minus 3.5. And take the scariest team in the NFL playoffs, the San Francisco 49ers plus 4.5. And those are my 3 picks of the week. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, I thank y'all for tuning in. What we're going to do, we're going to continue this podcast to the Super Bowl and a little bit therefore after, because Dallas Cowboy fans understand that it's Dallas Cowboys for life. 365 days of the year. Cowboy fans going to always speak Dallas Cowboys first. I thank y'all for tuning in. I thank y'all for your participation, my sponsor. I appreciate y'all for helping me keep the lights on. But until next time, keep your prayers up and your head up. And I'll talk to you later. Yeah, buddy.
Bugs on the mic, you know the show. Turn it up loud, let the whole world know. Straight out of Rustin, repping on the flow. Dallas Cowboys on my chest, let the